What's going on, everybody? Adam with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Glacier cable snow tire chains on our 2020 Mazda CX-30. So these are going to be an extremely smooth ride, and they are compliant with all the DOT specifications for the road. So with the limited amount of wheel clearance that we have in our Mazda here, it's going to be ideal, and it's just going to give you a great smooth ride whenever you have chains on. Sometimes it gets a little rough with the more aggressive chains. These aren't going to be extremely aggressive at all. They are going to be pretty low level when it comes to how aggressive they're going to grip the road, but they still are going to increase the amount of traction when you guys are starting, stopping, and turning, of course. We are going to have some nice spring rollers. They are all made of a low carbon steel construction, so they're going to resist against that rust and corrosion that's on the road and also that salt. So these spring rollers are going to wear away relatively evenly because they are uniformly shaped, and they are going to wear away a lot slower than some of the more aggressive chains like the V-bar styles. Those have big daggers that come out, and those are going to wear away a little bit quicker. One thing I don't necessarily love about these chains is with the amount of clearance that we have in the wheel well and around back, it just makes putting these chains on a little bit harder than it should. We do have a couple others that I would suggest. Definitely go ahead and look at our website, watch a couple videos, and see if you can find some that are a little bit better than these. At the end of the day, they are functional and they work, but we do have to get a rubber tensioner as well separately. So that's something I don't necessarily love. I have to kind of keep an eye on where it is, and I lose things a lot. So just be mindful that you are going to have to grab some of those as well. But we really don't have to worry about it scratching our wheel even with the rubber tensioner, because it is going to be rubber that comes over here, and we don't have any other contact of our chains with our wheels. So if you guys have some nicer wheels like you see here, you don't really have to worry about them getting all damaged and such like that. So these two come in a pair of two, so you just need to grab one set of these chains, and they do come in a cool little carrying case. It is a zipper case, and it does have little handles there. So it's going to be really easy just to kind of get them all in there and then just put them in the back. They don't take up a whole lot of room. So the first thing that we want to do is take our chains, lay them out, make sure there's no tangles or anything like that. As you can see, we're good. So we just want to take it from the center, and we're just going to drape it over our tire. I'm going to get it nice and centered on the tire and also even on both sides, right and left. And one thing to note, we're going to have two different sides. So we're going to have one side that's going to have a little divot here, but on the other side, we're going to have a flat piece. We want to make sure that's going to be up against our tire just to prevent any unnecessary damage. So once we have that, we're going to have to go ahead and go around back and make a connection. So now we can go ahead and grab our lead from one side, and then on the other, we're going to have a little piece right here. We're going to go ahead and do our best to fish this through. Note that I am in a shop with a concrete floor, and there's no snow on the ground. If there's snow on the ground, we're probably going to be laying in it. I would highly suggest, since this Mazda extremely is low to the ground, I suggest grabbing another type of chain. There's a couple that we have that'll make a connection up front, because I am having a difficult time doing this. Can't really even get both my hands back here because it's so low to the ground. So if you don't want to have to deal with this, definitely go with a different style of chain. But if you like this style, all you're going to have to do is just make this little connection around back. Make it decently tight, but then we're going to have another little tab right here. We're going to fish our excess through that as well. All right. Almost there. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and go around front and make another connection. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing up front here, just like around back. And if you don't have enough slack to hit this other bracket here, totally fine. We just want to make sure it's nice and tight. But we do have to go ahead and grab a rubber tensioner. So you guys are going to have to purchase a rubber tensioner separately, but it is a one-stop shop. We have them both here at eTrailer. But what we're going to want to do with this is be as symmetrical as we can and make sure that we're putting these hooks facing out, just so they're away from our tire. And again, do your best to be pretty much even throughout the tire. Looks pretty good. But once we have those on, we do recommend that you guys roll over them a couple times, make sure they're nice and tight whenever we come back out and check them. And if so, we're pretty much ready to hit the road. And that's pretty much it for our look at the Glacier Cable Snow Tire Chains on our 2020 Mazda CX-30.